This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the DC Primal Age, Batman, and Ace the Bat-Hound. Now, taking a look at the front of both boxes, we can see that Batman is showcased on a blister card packaging. We can see that Ace is showcased in a window box packaging, both with that new DC Primal Age logo. Turning both packages around, we can see multiple illustrations of all the other characters from this lineup. So with both packages out of the way, let's crack these figures open and see what we have inside. And here's Batman and Ace out of the boxes. And man, these are really cool figures. I am really shocked that we even got something like this for our collections. Crossing over that 5.5 action figures of things like Master of the Universe with DC Comics characters is just perfect for a collector like me. And of course, I had to get Batman and his trusted sidekick, Ace the Bat-Hound, which is now his mount. That's freaking cool. I love what Funko has done here, and I cannot wait to check them out with you guys. So what are we waiting for? Let's take a closer look at Batman and Ace the Bat-Hound. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Batman here. Now this is a very cool and fun figure that has been out for a while and I have yet to review it, so I finally decided, you know what, I'm finally going to do a review on these guys because this is the main ones that I wanted from this entire line. I'll probably eventually get the whole Justice League, but Batman, of course, my boy, I had to have him, and this is just very, very cool. What Funko has done for me, especially someone like me, who is a diehard DC fan, a diehard Batman fan, and taking something that I love, like the 5.5 Masters of the Universe figures, and put the DC characters in that barbaric, warrior world, just speaks to me spiritually. I freaking love this. It's a very simple figure as far as articulation goes and whatnot, but it's so cool and so unique, and I absolutely love it. So the sculpt itself looks really nice. It's done in that kind of like squatted, super muscular body that we've seen with like vintage He-Man figures and whatnot. I love the gold straps, that gold harness like He-Man would have, but we'd have a bat logo there instead of the Iron Cross, which we would normally see. And then we get his bat belt with the pouches and whatnot, and a little bat emblem right there at the center. We got the furry cloth, loin cloth like that, and the furry boots, which is red. We've got his standard gloves right there. But I love that even on the mask, we got like stitching on the mask and whatnot to make it look a little more makeshift and a little more handmade and whatnot. And I love that his cape is actually fur. I think that's really, really cool. That's just awesome. I love this a ton. Just a very fun design with this figure. I think it speaks to me in so many ways. I just know I had to have it. And I know they're coming out with a black and gray with silver edition that I think it's like a Target exclusive that I'm going to pick up hopefully soon. Because I have to have these Batman figures. These are just a ton of fun. So let's see what we got here. So we do got his sword, which I think is pretty rad. It's this nice beefy gold sword with a great sculpt. You can see the little nicks and whatnot in there. The little hilt is a bat wings like that, and you can see in the blue wraps around the actual hand. See the handle. Excuse me, I don't know why I couldn't say that. But that just looks awesome. He can hold that in either hand, but it's specifically more so in his right hand right there, and he holds onto that nice and tight, and that's just very cool. That's like his version of the power sword, which is dope. We also got this awesome shield right here. done in that same kind of gold. I love the golds used for this figure. I think they came out really, really nice. Again, lots of scratches and nicks and other divots and things like that. Just look very, very nice. It does have a clip right there. I will note this clip kind of fell off that peg. It wasn't glued properly, so I had to re-glue it, and now it's fine. You do want to be careful because I've heard about the plastic on these things breaking, especially with the handles right there. So what you want to do, I come from the bottom like this, and then kind of rotate it on there, and it goes on a little easier. Instead of just snapping it on directly onto the wrist like that, come from the bottom like that, and just kind of rotate up, and it stays there just fine, and that's really freaking cool. Just to have Batman in that world of crossing over like the Masters of the Universe, that's for me, man. I love this. And what Funko's been doing lately with a lot of their stuff have really got me back into my love for the 5.5 figures, and this guy right here is one of those main reasons why. So very, very cool. So now I want to take a look at Ace the Bat-Hound. This is awesome. They gave Batman a mount, and he's Ace the Bat-Hound. It's his iconic pet. But instead they made him this like giant like wolf creature, which is dope. Really nice snarling teeth and the paint and whatnot. This is a more hollow plastic, zero articulation. What I think is funny, they even get the little divots in here inside the legs and whatnot, kind of like that vintage Battle Cat. I'll show you this real quick. So if you look in the vintage Battle Cat, it has those like inner thigh gaps, you know, like in there, which I think is funny. So they just did a nod to that, even like that with this figure, so which is very, very cool. He does have a removable mask. You can't take that off like so. So if you wanted to, you could display him like that without his battle helmet, but I think that's pretty awesome. I kind of wish this helmet would have been blue to better match the Batman, but since they are coming out with an exclusive black and gray version, I think this matches that black and gray version a little better. We got the harness like that. It just does unstrap like so. It does get a little loose every once in a while, so just be careful with it. But even that looks really, really nice. You can see stitching on top of the seat right there. All just look really nice. This big tail, just a very, very cool thing. My only complaint with this is he's around 25 bucks for this. I don't think it should be 25 bucks because these are around like what, $16, $17. And I know this is a larger figure, but again, he has no other real accessories besides his helmet and holster, and he has zero articulation. So the engineering into him was a lot less than this guy. So I kind of feel like these should have been the same price point as Batman, but still I get the fact that it's a deluxe figure and whatnot, but still very cool and excited to have him. One thing I will note, it is a little tricky getting Batman. See that the legs will pop off those ball pegs, but they go right back on fairly easily. It is a little tricky getting him to sit on there balanced and easy and whatnot. It is a little tricky. You have to finagle it a bit. It will not stay as good as like the vintage ones He-Man and Battle Cat did, but you can make it happen and it will stay. I just wish it was a better fit. And I wish to see how it just slides off fairly easily. So that's probably my biggest problem with this entire set. So still very, very cool. So let's take a look at the articulation real quick with Batman here. Again, the leg popped off. That's been happening a lot. So be careful because I know the plastic on these tends to be fairly fragile. So the head just rotates left and right, just like so. Arms go full 360. Then we do got ball pegs at the legs, so those roll around, kick out, forward, back and forth like that. Then we do get a waist swivel. So basic articulation for 5.5 figures. Again, based on those more 80s style toys, which I think works perfectly. So if you're into something like that, the 5.5 figures, Masters of the Universe, and hey, just want very unique and cool DC figures, I think these are awesome from Funko. I think they're just a ton of fun. That's why I love them, and I think they are definitely a must get.
So for a quick size comparison, here's Batman standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Primal Age comparison, here he is standing next to a New York Comic Con exclusive Mr. Freeze. And for your 5.5 comparison, here he is standing next to Lion-O and Freddy Krueger, also from Funko. And for even more comparison, here's Batman and Ace standing next to a vintage Battle Armor He-Man and Battle Cat. And just for fun, here he is standing next to a little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the DC Primal Age Batman and Ace the Bat-Hound. Now overall, I think these are just really cool toys, and like I've said many times in this video, they are just fun action figures, and that's what I really look for in a lot of things that I collect, how fun they really are. The designs are incredible. They really touch my heart getting that scale of that classic 5.5 and taking DC characters and almost putting them in that Masters of the Universe world. They're just very cool and very unique. My only real issues is the fact that I think Ace is a little too expensive and Batman doesn't sit all that well on his back. But other than that, these are just really fun, badass toys, and I think they are totally worth getting for your collection. So I give them a rating of 4 Bat Bombs out of 5. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.